I've always wanted a clock like this, but the price is a bit high, and the structure looks quite simple. So, I'll make one myself and design the image on the computer. According to the design, the first step is to make the circular dial. However, there is some rust, so I'll use sandpaper to polish it a bit. After removing the rust from the surface, I'll bend it into a circle. The way the circle is bent doesn't look very even, not perfectly round, but where there's a will, there's a way. It seems I'll need to head out for a bit and take a walk around the neighborhood to find a solution. Aha, that's it. I placed the steel wire around a stone pillar, pressing one side while turning it, and I must say, with the help of that stone, the shape is now a near perfect circle. Next, I sprayed it with black paint, and once it dried, the frame for the dial was ready. First, I cut some small wooden blocks, used a pencil to draw the shapes I needed, and then trimmed off the excess. Since I didn't have any professional tools, I used a regular knife to do the cutting. I polished it again with sandpaper, and after some time, the surface became smooth. Because it needs to be fixed on the dial, I drilled holes for installation, and once that was done, I pried it off. This piece is used to balance the two sides. Using the same method, I made some other parts from small wooden blocks. I polished them a bit more. After finishing, the color seemed a bit too bright, so I coated them with a mixture of wax and oil. I also needed another steel rod, so I polished that a bit more. Next, I tightened the screws onto the small dried accessories and inserted them in. These screws are called decorative screws, and Ladner uses them for fixing. This part also needed screws. Then I went out and spent $8 to buy the clock mechanism and hands. Now, all the parts needed to make the wall clock are ready. First, I placed the finished wooden blocks on the dial, one by one. Then I tightened the screws from underneath. I took the polished steel rod and threaded it through the middle of the dial. On top, I placed a round wooden block, which was used as the hook for hanging. It's starting to take shape, isn't it?